The Indiana Hoosiers taking a two-game win streak into their matchup with Penn State Saturday. IU hasn't won 3 straight conference games since 1993. Averaged more than 600 yards of offense in their victories over Maryland and Rutgers, and continue to get it done on defense, averaging more than 3 sacks per game over their last 3 outings. Well, IU now 1 win away from bowl eligibility heading into Saturday's game against Penn State. The head coach of the Hoosiers, Kevin Wilson, joining us now from our studio in Bloomington. And, Coach, before we look ahead, let's look back. You look at that Rutgers game. The third quarter, you guys were down 11 points. You had turned the ball over a lot. You hadn't played particularly well, and yet you come all the way back and you win the game. What did you learn about your team in that process?
Well, one, we're going to have to play better this week and down the stretch. We can't play that sloppy and expect success. But I think the resiliency of our team, the confidence our defense has, our offense does have some playmakers. We're a little bit off, but our defense played some great field position for us, a lot of 3-and-outs. They're gaining confidence, and we really played well as a team. We had some kicking blunders in our field goal team, but we had some deep punts to pin Rutgers down. We had some good stops. We eventually flipped the field. We used the win as an ally. When we went into it, we had field position. And outside of the couple turnovers and the field goal, there was a lot of good football, and was proud of the kids to handle that on the road.
You mentioned the defense in there, and it's been a huge story to this point. What has Tom Allen done, and what have the players done around him to bring this defense to the point where it's a really solid one that can help win you games?
Well, again, a long time ago, just creating a standard of what he believed in, how he wanted him to play, with just the attitude and energy of coming to work, and the practice and the effort and the love and the camaraderie and passion to play great defense. And he held that standard every day. He's held the coaches to the standard, and he's very, very positive, but very, very relentless in his approach. With that, our guys have had some success because they're playing with some energy. And with the success now has come some confidence. We're a long way away. We still give up more plays than we'd like. We need and must finish better. But those kids are buying, and it's a great job by Coach Allen and his staff. It's also a great job of the kids buying, because, you know what comes first, the winning or confidence? The confidence or winning. Right now there's a little bit of a two-way street there, and that's a credit to the kids. It's a credit to Coach Allen and the staff.
Offensively, you had so much turnover from last year, particularly at the quarterback spot where Nate Sudfeld was so good for you. Richard Lego, the junior college transfer, stepping in. How would you assess his play to this point?
You know, I think better than, we can skew stats. We've had some turnovers, half of which I put on us as play calling or situations where we put him in bad spots. He's forced a couple balls. The other day, he locked on a receiver and didn't go through a progression and forced 1 ball. Outside of that, he had to throw a screen away. If we take the screen out, he was on target 28 out of 39, 72%, basically threw for 400. So if he can keep managing the offense, eliminate the negatives, and he's so much better when we get a run game going. Last week, we didn't have the run game. And outside of the 2 errors he made on back-to-back plays, he played his best game of the year.
He has such a great weapon in Mitchell Page, who yesterday was named one of the 10 semifinalists for the Burlsworth Trophy, which is given to the outstanding player in college football who began his career as a walk-on. And Page is such a dynamic guy. He's so much fun to watch kind of from where I sit, because you never know exactly what he's going to do. What makes him so special?
His heart and energy. And for us, I'm an old walk-on myself. So we built our program with a lot of things in recruiting and development. Walk-ons are part of it. He embraces everything we want in a walk-on. He came in not highly touted. He came in and didn't ask for anything. He showed up to work every day. He busted his tail. 2 years on the scout team. He got a crack. He took advantage of it. As he played, his confidence grew. And as his confidence grew, it's much like our defense. He's now playing fast and full speed. He's one of the neatest kids I've ever coached, and I'm honored and happy he's up for that award. He represents IU football the way I want it to be represented, and proud and love that kid with all my heart. Special college football player.
Coach, let's spin forward to the game this week. Penn State is really clicking offensively. What's the biggest challenge for your defense against what has become a really dynamic attack?
And Dave, they're clicking in all phases. I mean, you go from the Ohio State game with the couple kick blocks and the big kick on the field goal to win, the way they played defense here down the stretch, and have always been so good on defense. But now the way the offense is clicking with their new system in place, new coordinator in place, and all the success that he has had previously, they have a lot of confidence on the offensive side. You see a great running back playing with speed, behind his pads, making plays. A tremendous quarterback. He's got a lot of moxie and a great playmaker. He's throwing it to an outstanding tight end, a couple big receivers, the line's coming on. So when our offense is good, we talk about all the weapons. That's what Penn State brings in. They bring in a lot of weapons. We're going to have to play great team defense. We're going to have to tackle and tackle well, and we're going to have to do our best to get them off the field. They're playing great offense, and they're playing great as a team. That's why they're top 10 right now. It's going to be a great challenge Saturday.
I mentioned off the top, you guys are one win away from qualifying for a second straight bowl game. And this is a level of success the guys in this program haven't really had previously. This year, obviously, you're on the verge of it. Last year, you made the bowl game. Before that, this was a goal for the program, but one that had been unfulfilled. How do you feel like your guys have dealt with it now that you've had some of that success?
Well, and even though it's, quote, one of those goals, in our time, our whole process in building a program was consistent, constant daily improvement. Get one day better. Come to work. Put it together in the season, have one good game week. Do it again, add it up. As we got into this season, we didn't chalk off what we thought were wins. We didn't chalk off anything we thought were losses, because we go after every game trying to be 1-0 that week. This week, we're doing everything we can to get one this week. And win or lose, we're going to have to do it again. We want to stack it up enough to get a bowl. And I want a bowl for one reason. I want to play football with Mitchell Page for one more month. I want one more month of this team together, because this team's on a journey, and you don't want it to end in November. So our big deal is not about reaching a bowl. It's extending the life of the 2016 football season, and that's all we've talked about. Let's have a good week. Let's build the energy this week. Let's build it every week. And if we're fortunate and we play well enough and we go through the process well enough, hopefully we'll have a chance to spend more time as a family and have a great bowl experience.
Well, we look forward to watching the rest of that journey starting Saturday against Penn State. Always a pleasure. Kevin Wilson, thanks for your time, Coach.
Thanks, Dave. Great to be with you.